But before we go to Ike, let's go ahead and I just like this shot is awesome, right? I mean, come on. That's pretty cool. That's really nice. Before we go to Ike, we want to make sure that we run science experiments. And now that we have enough crew to do so, we can now run the science lab because we got 3 Kerbals on board. So it all works. We also could run the high Duna experiment as well. So we can go ahead and hit that high orbit Duna. And it's currently over the Midlands, which is a significant portion of Duna. So I think we could probably get that done in a minute. I'm not sure about the Star Lab getting done, but we can definitely get the radiation one done, I think, in a reasonable amount of time. And we could probably just leave it where it is, but I'm not going to get an encounter with Ike unless I get up there near where Ike's orbit is. So we're going to take and get in there with, I think the other periapsis is right there. Yeah, that's what the other line is the other part. So we're going to go in, create a maneuver, and we're just going to spend a little bit of fuel, and there it is. That's all it takes. We can just get it right there. So we'll get a little bit of fuel is enough to get us basically captured on Ike. I mean, that's pretty much already captured. Look at this. This is going to cost us 2 Delta V, and we are going to be basically captured on Ike. I mean, that's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. So pretty big deal there. So let's take our thrust limiter down to like 1% here. There we go. And the burn here is going to be a very small one. I guess at 1%, the burn ends up being almost a minute long. So maybe that's a little too extreme. We can go to 25%, let's say. And after we adjust it a little bit, now it's a 2-second burn. That's fine with me. Cool. So we now have successful, I believe, radiation experiment is what that one is. The other one's probably, well, I don't know what is it. Surface sample data. We can go ahead and transmit that. Look at how wonderful that maneuver is. Like, we spend basically no fuel from the time of getting here, getting our Kerbals on board, and then, the rendezvous, everything. And then the transfer to Ike is basically free. And the capture is basically free. I mean, you just doesn't get any better than that, man. I'm telling you. It doesn't get any better than that. Let's go ahead and get ourselves closer to it. And it looks like we're going to get the science points for that. And there it is. The orbital survey samples is right there. We could also run additional ones now and run that orbital survey again while we are in low orbit. We're at 59,000. And of course we want to prograde. Yep, prograde. And we're in low orbit, I believe, over the Midlands again. So we're running the science, the Star Lab again, and the radiation data again. All right, and then we'll take this little tiny burn. Let's focus on Ike. We got the awesome soundtrack back for Duna again. And done. Just like that. We're basically in orbit of Ike after this. It's pretty much there. Now, if we were to not do anything at all, this would accelerate us enough to kick us out into solar orbit, which is kind of wild. So cool. We are obviously going to do something, though. We're going to take and burn out our periapsis here. Now, of course, we also have to bring our orbit down in order to land on Ike, but that part's was already baked into my estimates and how much Delta V I needed, so whatever. It's fine. Are we still doing this? So this is paused because we're over the lowlands again, so we need to be over the Midlands in order for me to continue the experiment. Yeah, we need to be over the Midlands again, so I'll just watch that, and then I'll go ahead and circularize this around Ike when we get there. All right, so this is not going to be the first time that we've had Kerbals above Ike, but it is going to be the first time we've ran Kerbal-based experiments and stuff that we didn't have before, like this orbital station stuff, etc. It's the first time we're going to have these, so we want to go ahead and run these. I think probably as quick as possible would be a good idea. Now, we still have some experiments saved from before. Unfortunately, I didn't end up getting what we had before I wish I had, but I didn't. Volcanic fields is what we're over now. I'm not sure how big that biome is. It also didn't get the radiation surveys done in time in low orbit before we left. Just those biome switches and stuff just kind of caused us to have a hard time getting those experiments, unfortunately. We got the orbital samples there too. Okay, cool. So another 772 science that we can transmit. Very good. And then, of course, we're going to do the same thing with low orbit, and we're going to have some time to do that. Let's go ahead and create that maneuver plan. We don't have anywhere specific we need to land on Ike, so what we're going to aim for is anything flat. And I probably should go ahead and get my thrust limiter back up to 100% here. We have 1170 remaining. That is a lot more delta V than I thought we were going to have. And we're going to go just a little bit. Less than 1 meter per second gets us in orbit of Ike. That's crazy. We are going to spend a lot more than that, though, because we want to get lower. So let's get down lower. That's still 100 kilometers. That's not low enough. Yeah, we'll get down as far as 47K. That's pretty good for now, just to try to find a landing spot. I think that's probably pretty good. Even lower. Let's turn on the engines here. We're just going to do it now. It's fine. All right, dropping a little lower. I think once we get about like below 50K, is it? Yeah, it switches to being low orbit. That's what we're looking for. It might be more challenging to do some of these longer experiments because we're going to be moving over these biomes, but we're doing this from the lava fields. It's freaking soundtrack, dude. It's so good. I love it. I love listening to this stuff. It's great. I'm not sure how big the lava fields are. We did get one of those done. That's good. Radiation survey is complete. And probably have, what, like a few minutes left. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on that. And that's going to pause. We just switched biomes. So we'll go back to the lava fields after this. We have plenty of time to do that, especially once we get into orbit. A little lower here once we get this burn done. We're going to have plenty of time to do that. All right. See that big mountain right there? We wouldn't want to be like 9K above the surface. Like that thing's going to hit us, right? Or rather, we're going to hit it. So, all right. I think this is probably low enough. I'm 30 seconds away from periapsis. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference here. So let's just burn this off about 16 seconds or so. And that's going to slow us down to where we have a nice... I'm also like looking at this, kind of getting a feel for how long it takes. And we're basically circularized here. It's not quite circularized, but it's pretty close. So congratulations, everyone. We've made it to Ike. Now it's time to find a suitable landing spot. And man, there's an awful lot of stuff going on down there. I'm not sure where I want to land. I wish I had some kind of high detailed map. I have thought about installing orbital survey. I think that'd be a pretty cool mod to have. We're still over the volcanic field. So I'm going to actually make sure we get that science experiment done before we land anyway. So, and I want to kind of go around and just take a look at Ike for a little bit. Maybe I'll lower myself. I think maybe if we lower ourselves just a little bit, we don't need to be quite this high. So let's go. Let's take periapsis down to, let's say 23K. I want to get down a little bit lower so I can get a good look at things. And of course, we're going to be landing on the day side. Don't worry, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not messing with the dark side. And we're just going to flip that around. There we go. That is going to be circularized around 23-ish. And it's pretty good. We don't want to go too far. We don't want to go too close to the surface because then I lose my ability to time accelerate very fast. Of course, there is always that trick where we just go to the tracking station. So I suppose we can still do that. So I'm gonna get my landing spot picked here, and then I'll bring you guys back in. All right. So there's really not any flat spot on Ike. All right. It just seems like the entire thing is very, yeah. The whole thing is very rocky. So we're just going to basically crash down here wherever. I think maybe this area over here seems to be okay. Kind of marking this one here too. There's a biome here that's not lava fields, not volcanic fields, but it's volcanoes. And I'm actually trying to find that because we have enough fuel to where I could basically just kind of hover for a little while over top of that biome. And so if I kill all my relative velocity and just hover, I could keep myself in orbit above that biome. It's very small, but if I can keep myself in orbit above that biome right there, like volcanoes, but it's very small. So this is going to go away pretty quickly. And so I kind of wanted to figure out where that is. And it's this little spot right here. So this is the area where I want to land eventually, because this passes really quickly. It's basically this little stretch right here. And so if I can get in here and run these experiments while in orbit above the volcanoes, because I've already started these experiments now in the volcanoes, so at least we can continue. If I'm able to do that, then I get yet another biome worth of science, because I've just verified that it does actually work. Orbital survey data, low orbit, lava fields is worth science. The samples from lava fields worth science. And then the samples from volcanic fields is worth science too. So it's not like, okay, you need to pick a biome and then complete your experiment in that biome, and then you have low orbit, right? Every single thing that's biome specific can be redone in different biomes. So we have all this science available to us, and I need to grab a hold of that. So if I can get over top of the volcanoes, if you will, this volcano biome, that would be really nice. And I could kill most of my relative speed like right here and get myself over that. I think that'd be a good idea. All right, so there's our biome we want, volcanoes. So now that we're in there, we should be able to run all these experiments. This one's not running anymore. We should be able to run all these experiments now. Let's close all this and focus on the landing. So I'm going to go surface retrograde. We are basically killing off most of our lateral speed. And again, I don't see any flat areas on Ike at all. I've been orbiting around it for like 2 cycles right now. I'm not seeing a whole lot for flat areas on Ike. This right here might be our best hope, but we're not going to get there because I just burnt too far, but that's okay. We have a lot of fuel. So if we need to extend our orbit up, we can. And the goal is to stay in the air long enough for this experiment to complete, which looks like won't be a problem. It's 3 minutes away. So we're just going to point surface retrograde here. In fact, I'm just going to hold position right here, I think. It's fine, because this is kind of in the middle of pointing straight up and also a little bit of retrograde off there too. So, and I don't want to land in any of that. It's looking like it's going to be kind of impossible to safely land. We're going to transmit. Well, we are already running experiments and it's costing us a lot of electric charge. It says we're blocked by Ike. The solar panels are blocked. But the sun's right there. What do you mean blocked by Ike? It's right there. I'm on the day side, you noob. You should be rotating into the sun. They're not even rotating to the sun. I think my solar panels are bugged. That's a problem because we don't have a full battery. What about that spot there? Is that flat? I can't tell, man. I can't tell where the flat parts are. We're going to point up really quick here. Let's extend this a little bit here. So by pointing up, I mostly just extend where my falling is. So it's going to be out there now, basically, right? And I want to aim for that flat spot there. I don't even know if it's flat because honestly, like I said, I've been orbiting Ike this entire time and it just looks like there's a whole lot of craters and not a whole lot of anything else. But it would be really nice to land in the volcanoes because it's a harder biome to hit. And we could always hop to another biome if we can land it. So 1 minute left. Let's just speed up time a little bit here. We'll be careful, but still in the volcanoes. All right, I'm getting a little worried here. I'm worried that we're going to leave that biome before it's done. Come on, how much left? 23 seconds? 23 seconds. I definitely don't want to land. I'm going to try to land over here Although I'm worried it's going to be more of the same, because as the detail pops in, it becomes clear that it's not flat. It's not looking very flat. The detail's coming in. It's not very flat. Still volcanoes biome. Come on, finish. Done. Okay. So that's it. Taken care of. All the science in the volcanoes is done. And if we land on the edge of a biome, that'd be even cooler. Because then I can get 2 of them without lifting off. That'd be cool. Which, again, I'm not sure how far we got to go for that, but is what it is. I'm going to see about landing for this spot right here. It looks like it has a chance to be the one, if you know what I mean. It's got a chance. Let's burn off some of this lateral velocity, shall we? All right. There we go. Keeping an eye on things. Tucking our solar. We don't need them anymore. Our engine will be charging our battery now anyway. 5,800 to the ground. And again, we're not looking for a really efficient landing here. We don't care about efficiency with this landing. We have all this fuel we have to burn off anyway. So I don't care. We're gonna burn it. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna burn really slowly. Control our speed. Let's tuck in our Munitron as well. We don't want to have that damaged either. We don't need any of the lights on or anything. We don't really have lights. Keep forgetting lights. Who the hell needs lights? I don't even know what lights are. What are lights? All right, there we go. Just kill off some more of that lateral velocity. We could even... let's just let it casually fall here. It looked like... Definitely not flat. This might be my best chance. We will see. Still consider the volcanoes biome. We got to be getting close to the end of it, though. I'm willing to maybe like over here. I might take a Kerbal on a little bit of a trip. I might take a walk. See if I can't find a different biome here. Kill off a little bit more of that speed. We're gonna start falling straight down here pretty soon. And we got to see where we are. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna eject this, okay, and it's gonna blow up, and then we're gonna see where the parts roll. And if they roll, then I know that that's not flat. But also I'm gonna know which direction to prepare for here. It's not that flat. Oh my god, it's not that flat, guys. It's not that flat. All right, let's kill this velocity a little bit more. And we're gonna get it to where it's pretty much like that. Yep. And then let's go ahead and eject. All right. All right. So we're lighting our landing engines now. That's gonna separate us from that stage a little bit. And this one should hit with enough force to where the bottom part blows up, but some of the parts will survive, and then I can see if it rolls. Let's extend the landing gear just in case. Should get an explosion right about now. There's the shadow. I see it. I guess we're a little higher than I thought we were. Let's kill that speed. Okay, is there a roll? It's rolling that way, like right away. Shit. So we are not flat at all. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kill the speed. Quick, quick, quick. This is not great. Not great, guys. I don't have good hopes for this. This is on a hill. We are definitely on a hill, but that way is straight. If we have to go anywhere, we got to go that way. Oh, we definitely have to go. We definitely have to get off this. This is on a hill. I'm not even going to try that. We're going that way. And that's not at all what I wanted to do, but okay. I have it set to do surface retrograde, so by the time I started heading up became retrograde. Is basically why that did that. This looks like it might be a little flatter. A little bit flatter, but not by much. Let's see what we get with this. We might have to go all the way down there. Maybe. It's not great. I'm hoping that my engines hold and... that looks like a hill, man. It doesn't look flat at all, man. I'm not happy with it. Doesn't look good. Nope. Nope. Definitely not. How about right there, though? Oh, man. Right there seems like it could have worked. I'm running out of space to... I'm running out of time to kill that lateral velocity. I'm not happy with this. Face up, please. Up, 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 up. That lateral velocity is going to kill me. I can't do anything with that. All right, I am clearly not able to land on Ike because this... Oh shit, that's wrong. Go back the other way. Go back the other way. Go back the other way. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Here you go. No, you're facing too far down now. What the hell? Come on. No, no, no. This is wrong. This is very, very wrong. Wrong things are happening. Oh, I can't control this thing. Get up. You're facing the wrong direction. I can't turn the damn thing around because it's really committed to this. Come on. All right, that way. Go that way. There you go. That's the way, right there. That direction. Okay. All right. I'm very committed to this. I mean, I have to land at some point. We have so much fuel because of this. This is why we have a lot of fuel. I wonder if that small touchdown was enough to satisfy the requirements for the quest. You know? I wonder if that's a thing. We got to get down where it's flat, but it's impossible to know where that is. It's really freaking difficult to know where that is. It's going to have to be somewhere in this area, right? Where it starts to go uphill again. I mean, that makes sense to me, but I don't think I have enough. Oh, I don't have enough clearance here. I need a little bit more height. There, that might be enough. Oh, turn around, turn around, turn around. Might be enough. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, I need to go a little lower than this. I need to go a little further than this, I mean. Yeah, this is nowhere near flat enough, man. It's not even remotely, not even close to flat enough, man. Need to go that way. Just a little bit. That direction. Like that. Yeah. Okay, now turn. Retrograde. I want to land right there. That's the only place I can see where it's possible to land because the height, it like starts to go uphill again, right? So I want to land in that very specific spot. That could have been an option too, maybe, but... Come on, give me that. Give me that landing. Come on. The spot right here. Come on. Drop straight down from here. Face up. Face up. This is as flat as I'm going to get, man. Come on. Don't do it. Face up, face up, face up, face up, face up. Yes, 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 yes. Ugh. You gotta be kidding me, man. Ike, even then I'm on an angle right now, but like Ike is a challenge to land on, man. Holy shit. Like everything is angled. Oh, well, you know, we gotta run the science now, right? Obviously. Let's put the solar panels back out. Absolutely. We got the gear out. We don't have all the ladders extended, so let's go ahead and do that too. Make sure we extend all of our ladders here. There we go. And let's go ahead and get our communications dish. Now, I don't know why it's not charging. We have the sun directly above us, and it is not charging. I think my solar panels are bugged. I'm going to extend this. And then I'm going to have to, I think, I'm going to have to restart it, like F5, F9 kind of thing. To see if that will fix it. But before that happens, we're not doing the sniffer. We're doing probably the radiation thing. Yeah, 3 seconds left on that. So pretty much all the science experiments are running. And this is landed in volcanoes. Yep. Environmental samples. And then, of course, we want to do the surface sample as well. So, Tim C., you made the trip, buddy. Can I move you? Let me get Kerbal Manager. Here we go. Can I just move you to this pod, please? There we go. And then let's get you all together. And then Tim C., you're going to EVA right now. There we go. And we should be able to go all the way down the ladders like this without having to worry about our pack. There we go. And there we go. We just let go. We are on the surface of Ike. We did it. It was crazy. Hi, camera. It was crazy, but we did it. And now we do our surface samples, our crew observations. Done. Our surface observations. Our surface samples are worth 144. I feel like it should be worth a lot more than that. Yeah, stretch your arms there, buddy. There you go. You deserve it. And then, of course, we plant the flag. Victory. First landing. I'm just gonna say first landing first. My headphone cable is on the way. It's on my keyboard. First landing. This place is very hilly. Yeah, that's all I got. This place is very hilly. That's all I got. Like, where are we gonna land? I don't know. Yeah, this is probably my best bet, is finding a little space like this where it begins to then transition to going flat. I could have gotten a little bit better if I would have moved just a little bit more this way, but hey, I think I controlled it all right. It took a little bit, but I controlled it all right, I think. We have another mod installed called Headlamp, and it adds headlamps to Kerbal's helmets. So now Kerbals do have lights. Isn't that nice? They're really bright lights too. Yeah, that's another mod. We also have advanced controls here. What does that do? Okay, we can change the color of the light, so I can make it this wonderful purple color if I want. Make it a red light. You know, make it a green light if I so choose. That's pretty cool. Any color light you want in the RGB spectrum. But white light is what we're going to use there too. So headlamp, another mod that we've added to the game. And we can now grab this and go up the ladder. And we should be able to just get out of here. But I did want to just take a peek and maybe just take a trip that way with a Kerbal. And I suppose I'll just do it with Dan. That's fine. With Tim C. But I want to take a trip with a Kerbal just to see if I can get to another biome and like how far away that biome is. Because if we can somehow land in another biome, first let's see just what our pack can do for us here. Well, that's a pretty good jump. All right, and our pack is fairly effective at moving us. All right, that's good. So I'm just going to take a quick trip this way just to see if this thing starts flashing at me or not. I know I'm getting pretty close to the new biome, but I don't know how close I am. So I'll see you guys in a second when I figure that out, if I figure that out. All right, so right here, just 4.7 kilometers away from our ship, this is the volcanic fields right here. And I can grab a surface sample and an observation and all that stuff while I'm this far away with this Kerbal. So we are very close to to the border there. And if I want to get any samples of, you know, survey samples and things like that to get even more science, all I need to do is get that craft over here. And so I've been looking at this area here to see where there's a flat ground. And like, this is really quite flat. If I can land right next to this Kerbal, that would be great, you know, like that's really going to take it. I don't know if I did. Did I do the crew observation already? It looks like I did. I think so, yeah. So this is where I want to land, is right here where Trans-Kerbin is. So what I'm going to do is we're going to switch back to our other vessel, and I'm actually far enough away now to where I have to right-click it. So we're going to go ahead and take control of our rocket. We do have 2 additional Kerbals, as you see. It says there's no vessel control, but I just, I don't understand that. But I guess maybe it's because nobody's in the pilot cupola seat. Maybe you can't control it from here. I guess that would make sense. So we'll just go ahead and bring Bob up into the other seat there. And we're going to need to go to Trans-Kerbin. So we're going to want Tim to be our target. I'm not sure I can actually do that. Can I actually select him as a target? No. So I'm going to have to eyeball this, and that's going to take a little doing because I'm trying to figure out exactly which direction to go with the keyboard here. So that is that way. It looks like it's going to be that direction. Okay, so we want to go. I got to figure out, like, I don't know what east, west, north, right? I don't know what that is for this. So we're going to go ahead and tuck in our electric charge since it's not working anyway. And we're going to lift off here. We're going to try to angle ourselves. See if we can't angle ourselves the correct direction here. I'm trying to figure out which way it is because I got to do this visually since I can't select the target. Here we go. Okay. So we're going to go that way. Not too fast. Not too fast. All right, pull up here. Let's face upwards now. And we're going pretty much the right direction. Again, it's only 4 kilometers away. And we just want to hop over to, you know, Tim C over there. So I'd like to face it this way. Let's get a little more thrust in that direction if we can, please. There we go. And let's face retrograde target here. We're still above the volcanoes. I'm not sure. It looks like my apoapsis is 59, but I don't think we're going to hit that. Maybe. But remember, we're not even remotely close to that, right? The ground is only 1100. So I probably want to tip up here, actually. Yep, just to make sure that we're going to be high enough here. We want to fall straight down on top of that target. We're still in the volcanoes, but right about here is where the line is for that biome switch. So we're just going to keep ourselves up in the air a little bit here, just to give myself enough time to switch it out. Volcanoes. And we're going to land right behind Tim C there. All right, let's face retrograde. It says Tim C's on a trajectory for crashing, but I don't know, this game's glitchy like that sometimes. Let's tuck this in just in case. And we're going to switch to a new biome any second now. There's the volcanic fields. So let's go ahead and slow ourselves down. We want to park again right behind Tim here. Right behind Tim C. Get ourselves slowing right down. There we go. There we go. And we should start falling pretty much straight down now. And, yeah, there we go. All the little articulations the engines are making. I'm down to controlled. I think I'm a little bit. Yeah, I need to get over there a bit more. Let's face up really quick. Face up, 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 up. I need to go a little bit more that way. I'm not. Man, I got to figure out the keyboard here. I don't know which way that is yet. I'm still having a hard time figuring out which direction I'm supposed to face here for that. There we go. This way. All right, there we go. And that's good. We'll face straight up for a second. Let's just actually prograde or retrograde here. Get a feel for directions. I think this is flat. We might not be completely on the flat part of this, but I think we're all right. I think it's good enough for the landing. We want to kill all that lateral movement. We want to kill all of that. I got this bottom ladder Let's go ahead and... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not what I want to do. Okay, hit a house. Hit a house. I had it on... Again, it's on retrograde. And because you're heading up, right, because I'm increasing my altitude, the ship wants to point the ass in the air, and that's not what we want. So it's just about trying to get this thing under control now. There we go. All right, now let's turn it retrograde. Kill off that speed. Ah, oh, shit. Come on. Kill off the speed. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Control it. There we go. Okay, straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up, and touchdown. Gentle, 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 gentle. Bring it back. Good. Run science. Running science. All right, we've landed in the second biome on Ike. It was not graceful. It is still very tippy. I actually don't feel comfortable getting out. I'm going to leave it where it is. Just extend the part. And again, the engines are what we're sitting on. But in case I landed a little bit too clunky and one of the engines broke, we would be able to use the landing legs. Now, that, of course, would introduce a lot of torque on our craft. So then I would have to, in that situation only, I would then decouple all of these tanks, and we would go home with just the center engine in that case. But since we have all of our engines, we should be good to go. It's just really, it's really, really tippy right now. It says go outside and get experiments, but again, I don't trust it. But I mean, it's not flat. It's flat-ish, but it's not flat. It's just enough, really. It's a close call. If I switch, there we go. That's experiment's done. It says we can run some experiments in EVA, but like I've already done that with the other Kerbal, so we just need to switch to the other Kerbal and hope that that thing does not tip over while I'm on my way back, because KSP does weird things with physics. So all the experiments that it says I can run in EVA, Tim C has already ran them. And so we're just gonna get... Oh, hit a house. Don't you dare. Maybe we'll... Oh boy, yep, that's what I was afraid of. Let's not do that. Let's put the jetpack away. Grab the ladder. I think this is probably the safest bet here. Up the ladder we go. And to the next ladder. Here we go. And inside our vessel. We are done. We are done around Ike, ladies and gentlemen. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? I think it does. I think we're ready to go home. What do you think? Ready to take these Kerbals home? I think we're ready to take these Kerbals home. Now, the final stage here has got 2,000 meters per second. This one at 766, I don't want space junk, right? So we're going to use these to get ourselves into orbit, okay? Then we're going to exit, orbit. I think what I probably will do, it kind of depends on how the maneuvers shape up, but if I'm going straight out and to Kerbin right away to go home, then we will go ahead and just go retrograde until our periapsis is like, into the ground. Then we'll decouple these and turn around and then go home, right? So we'll just use the last of the fuel here to kind of get it to where they deorbit on Ike. I think that's probably what we'll do. So 90 degrees is up that way. So I'm going to hit the gas here. We're going to go ahead and take the ladders, pick them up. You don't need these mobility assists. Is that what it's called? Mobility? I can't really see the name of it. Mobility assist is what I thought it was called. Mobility enhancer. That's what it is. Okay. Okay. So, shall we? I reckon we shall. We're dropping electric charge real fast. Is it because of an experiment or? I don't know, but if I wish this would work, because we are on the sunny side. I wish these panels would work, but they just don't. They don't rotate. They claim to be blocked by Ike. It doesn't make sense. So
that's something I'm just going to have to reload the game with. But I think I'm ready to go home. So let's hit the gas. And we're going to face towards the 90-degree. And we're going home. Let's just get up and go. We're going to face, I guess, 45 degrees is probably fine. No big deal. And, I mean, we're already pretty high, right? So let's just get ourselves moving here. Pick up our landing gear. Don't need that out anymore. And we, yep. Let's get out and do the thing. As long as our engines are burning, our batteries will be fine. It does take quite a bit of Delta V to get orbit of Ike again, but we brought plenty of fuel with us, right? Looking pretty good. So we will just transmit all the science we have back home. We still have 3,000 in samples, and of course we're bringing back the Kerbals as well. That was the whole point of the mission, was to rescue them as well. So I don't think there's anything I can do with orbital surveys here. We're in lava fields. We've already done all the surveys in lava fields, volcano, and volcanic fields, I think is what it's called. I actually forget what the biomes are called. I can look at it here. Volcanic fields, yeah. So I've done all 3 of those. I don't know if there are any other ones. Maybe there's like polar ones, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so now we just need to wait for Duna to line up correctly for us to go back to Kerbin. And that's just going to be a little bit of a wait. And of course, we're going to want to deorbit this stage, since this stage has no chance at all of taking us back to Kerbin. We're going to want to deorbit this. So maybe we'll just take care of that now. We're going to go to face retrograde. And now that we're up about, 31 or so thousand meters here, yeah, I think that's fine. We want to make sure that the center tank, I'm pretty sure it does, but just to make sure, we want to make sure that center tank is full of fuel. So let's go to the resource manager, and we're looking at the center tank here, and that is what's full. Everything else is what was drained. So there's no bringing that back. Yeah. So all we're going to do now is, since we're not quite at apoapsis yet, I suppose we could get it to where we're, we are at apoapsis. Yeah, we are. Okay. Since we're already at pretty much apoapsis, let's go ahead and do this. F5, just in case something bad happens. Let's go. We're going to do this right here. Boom. And then we're going to decouple. First, we'll fire that stage. Then we'll decouple these. Let's pull the solar panels in just in case. I don't want to ruin these things. All right. Decouple this. Here we go. They're gone. And then we want to face prograde. Now that we've detached those engines. And we leave them behind. There we go. Go ahead and get ourselves back into a nice, easy, high orbit. Ready to go with 2,500 meters per second on the return stage. And those things are going to just crash into Ike. All of those stages in various different places. They got a little bit of a different ejection, each one of them, but they're all going to crash into Ike over on the dark side. No space junk here. Okay, so with that done, let's extend our solar panels again. Make sure we don't forget that. Sun is over there. This is a fine angle for those. No big deal. And let's wait till we're lined up with Kerbin. So because we are in orbit of Ike and we're not like really a high up, we can't time accelerate at the maximum speed. So we're going to have to go and do our little trick again with a different craft. So we're just going to control another craft. So we have a higher speed that we can time accelerate with. And then we'll go back to the tracking station. And we're just going to track. Let's go ahead and pick anything. Doesn't matter. Focus on this. We're just going to pick. Let's do this so the camera doesn't shift around. We'll just set focus on Duna. We're going to go ahead and time accelerate until we have the right angle here, the right phase, whatever you call it, until Kerbin is in the right position for us to go back home, basically. Of course, our moon rover just keeps running out of EC. it is what it is. Okay, so we're getting close here. We want to get to about, I would say we're probably, we're almost there. I would say it's probably close to about here is about where you want to be to go home. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit longer. I think right about here is good. And you know what? I think my alarm clock is stopping me right here. Are you gonna, is the alarm clock gonna stop me right now? Is that actually happening? Hold on. Hold on, go to... Hey, do I know things or what? This is where we want to be. I had forgotten all about my alarm clock. I totally forgot that that thing existed. But cool, that's our final alarm. And it's like, hey, you should, you know, warn me when we're in the right phase to go home. Yeah, it did. It just did. That's great. Okay, cool. Feel good about that. Duna rescue. We're gonna control that. Back in. There we go. And let's get back on the craft. Hey, there you go. And we want to go retrograde. And that's going to be on the sunny side of Ike right now. Not, you know, this depends on where Ike is, but in this case, it's the sunny side of Ike. So we want to go that direction. And I mean, it probably wouldn't be, I think it would probably be better to use Duna, but we have so much fuel. I don't think it will matter. We'll see. Let's go that way. And that leaves Duna's sphere of influence. And then we're going to come down. Let's set Kerbin. We want to set Kerbin as our target. That moon rover just does not want to quit, does it? Set targeted for Kerbin. There we go. Okay. And then, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to come out here and we're going to see where do we get our encounter with Kerbin. And it's pretty much right there. Pretty much. It's a little bit of a... There's a slight change that we need to make, but that is really close. 2A and 2B is like right there, man. They are just 100,000 kilometers away at that point. So we can make a fine-tune adjustment while we're... Oh, actually, that right there was an encounter. Yep, right there. Okay, perfect. So 464 is all it's going to take. And to tell you the truth, since that's all it's going to take, we could have gotten home with the Kerbals we had, right? We could have gotten home with that because it doesn't take 900 to get home. But two things. One, I can't rely on the Aerobrake when I have Kerbals' lives at stake. I can't. I haven't figured out how heat works with this game. It's definitely not... It just seems abnormally dangerous right now. I can't figure that out. I've done a lot of Aerobraking, all right? I've done many hours of Aerobraking in this game already. Trust me. It's a little bit of a different animal than Kerbal Space Program 1 right now, and I kind of hope they change it. There's certain quirks with it, parts that are heating up that kind of shouldn't be. There's forces on your... Like, there'll be like a ton of heat, fire coming out, but no heat buildup. No fire at all, and a part's going to explode pretty much, right? So I don't want to rely on the Aerobrake. And in order to get back to Kerbin and not rely on the Aerobrake, I need a lot more Delta V than that other craft had. And the second part, and this is really the main part, is, well, I wanted to go and land on Ike and do that sciencey stuff so we can. Okay, so we're ready to take this burn. Let's go ahead and accelerate through here. We are, of course, at 100% thrust. All right, here we go. So 30 seconds left on this. And then we're going home, man. No more science to do. And we'll, of course, use all of our fuel to get captured by Kerbin as well. We're not going to rely on the Aerobrake to go home. We're going to use all of our fuel to make the absolute safest entry we can. And if we happen to get an encounter with Minmus or the moon or something like that, we might stop by. We have the fuel to do so. We might stop by because we can always run the science lab experiment around the moon and Minmus to get that extra science if we want to as well. But the primary mission is absolutely to take people and go home, right? That's going to always be the primary mission. Okay, so let's back out of here. And we're just going to keep an eye on all the colored lines. Just keep an eye on the lines. 26 more seconds to burn. Bringing it right down. Bring her down, bring her down. And we probably won't get the encounter, if I'm being honest, because that was a very, very tight little thing there. We're probably gonna have to make an adjustment burn. That's no big deal. We can make adjustments. All right, we are gonna go right, slow this down, and go really, really slow. Right about, where is it? There. Oh, so close to stopping on time. I had my finger on that X button, man. I knew that was going to be a really quick thing. So we're going to get just a little bit closer here. And I'm pretty much keeping track of this. And I'm watching this. This information right here is pretty much where my eyes are for this. And then as I see the blue line enter into the sphere of influence, I then ignore this entirely and just go by gut feeling as it kind of makes its way in, and I slow it down and we get a different feel for it. All right, so Kerbin is going to be, I want to get closer to Kerbin, of course, too. I would like to dip into the atmosphere. There's no reason why I can't. I just don't want to go deep. I'm not using the atmosphere for a significant amount of delta V gain or savings or whatever. All right, here we go. There's the line. And we're going to go nice and slow with this and bring it right in. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, now we can make fine-tune adjustments from there to get it to be where we want it to be from there. And that's a really easy adjustment to make once I enter Kerbin's sphere of influence. All right, there we go. Bringing it up, and good. We're at 70. I went a little too far, but I think that's all right. 70. And then what we want to do from there is we'll just face the right direction here. So the direction I want to go is that way. So it's that way. So let's get this just a little bit into atmosphere. Kind of like Lathe. We want to just touch it, but not much. Just to get a little help. We're going 66. I think that's fair. That's fine. Okay, so since we're going there, I got nothing else to do for now, so let's make sure we're facing retrograde. And let's proceed to get a little closer to Kerbin, shall we? We're coming in fast. And just want to come in just a little faster. Let's time accelerate here. There we go. We don't want to be too crazy on the time acceleration. It can get away from you really quick if you're not paying attention. There's a big difference between 50 times speed and 100 times speed. It's a lot. Big difference there. Okay, I think maybe we go, let's say we get to like maybe 85 or so. To where we're just out of the atmosphere. So right about, I think at 100 is a good spot to go. We'll also hit the science as well. We're on the dark side, so let's pull in our panels. Apparently doing experiments. We're going over other biomes as well. We definitely want this to go back up. There we go. And I think right about now would be an okay time to hit this. Now, what we got right now is Kerbin, the KSC is over here. I want to try to get there, close by, but I, of course, want to do it in the daytime. I don't want to do it at night. So we're going to time accelerate some more here just to kind of get ourselves out of the atmosphere. Then we'll circularize a little bit. All right, so we're right about here. I think this is probably a good place to go ahead and stop. I don't know whether or not we're going to land directly at the KSC from here. I don't really care all that much. We're just going to enter in now. So let's go ahead and get our periapsis to be lower here. We're going to enter into the atmosphere. The periapsis about 40K, I think is probably fine here. And now that we have that done, we are definitely going home at this point. We need to make sure that everyone is inside. I almost did it. I almost decoupled this. How many of you guys were thinking about that? Is he gonna decouple this stage with the Kerbals inside? I almost did. I almost hit the button. I admit it was right there. But no, we did not do that. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Now I want to make sure I got good full batteries here, which it looks like we do. And we can wait a little longer. We should have sun coverage really quick. I mean, it's only 1 point of electric charge, but I don't think it'll really matter all that much. All right, here we go. We're gonna rotate this way and then break it off. And rotating, breaking it off while we rotate is a nice way to get a really good separation there. So all 3 Kerbals going home. It's gonna be great. Let's make sure that our drogue chutes are armed. And we are gonna have it on a safe deploy altitude. I like that. So we'll go ahead and arm the drogue chutes. There we go. And we can also arm the normal parachutes just in case we lose connection or something. I don't know why we would lose connection to anything, but hey, it can happen. So we'll go ahead and arm those as well. And all the parachutes will open when they're supposed to open. Are we ready to go home? There's the Kerbal Space Center. So we only overshot it by a little bit. It definitely went a little too far. But it's okay. We'll land safely in the water, I guess. And there's a little island. I don't think I've ever been to that island. There was an island off the coast over on this side before in the normal game, right? Was it always there? Off to that direction? I always thought it was off the other direction. Huh. I must be... Maybe I'm not oriented like I think I am. Man, you know what? I would have thought we'd have like heat effects by now, but we might just enter in fully and safely right now. This might be great. We got no issues at all. There we go. It's about time. Not that it will matter, because we did a lot of slowing down. Both parachutes deploying very easily. And we're going to land in the water. That's fine. All right, we have boats standing by, I'm assuming, to come and get us and lift us out of the water. A nice, gentle... They deploy at 5,000 meters, don't they? Is that when it does? No? I know the drogue chutes deploy at 2,500. But the other ones, I guess, maybe are at 1,000. That might be the setting. And look, we even kept our radiation experiment, which we can, like, totally run again, I guess. We can probably run it in Kerbin's water. I don't think we've ever tested Kerbin's the radiation in Kerbin's water. I don't think that's anything we've ever tested before, so we'll give it a shot. Wonder how long it'll take. Can you run this experiment before we land? Can you get that completed before we land? I don't think so. I'm gonna save the electric charge. No, I'm gonna save that electric charge for when we're already in the water. All right, let's slow down time to real time. And we land. The vessel is recoverable. We'll run the radiation experiments, splash down in the water, because I'm pretty sure we haven't done that yet. And if there's any other experiments to run, like crew reports or whatever, we can go ahead and hit those as well. Yeah, there is. Environmental samples. We got some samples. It's not worth anything. Surface samples. Yeah, so we've already done those, but I don't believe we've done this one. I believe this one is new. So let's just accelerate time a little bit here. And let's see what that's worth. Almost ran out of charge. That is worth 16. Ooh, fancy. All right. Let's recover the vessel, yeah? Let's do it. Confirm. We brought our guys home. We brought back all the samples. We're going to get like an extra 4,000 science from this. I hit confirm. Video game? No, video game crash. Okay, there it goes. It did it. Got other vessels destroyed. I know, that was all part of the plan. And we saved all of our crew. Very good. All right, so if we go back to the R&D center now, we have over 10,000 science to spend. And this is before I try my really weird plan to get the probe from Lathe. I've reached out to people, and you guys in the comments have told me that the claw arm is not in the game. I'm very saddened by this news. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm saddened by this news, but we are going to try something a little bit weird. The next mission, I'm going to try to go get our probe from Lathe and see if it works. So if you'd like to know what my plan is, stay tuned and keep following along in the series, okay? Because it's going to be... Oh, we can also do this Three's a Company thing too. So over 11,000 science. There it is. This says, well, our stress test was in fact stressful. There was at least one snack dispute that escalated into a three-way slap fight. Not quite space madness, but definitely space grumpiness. But once the pilots began their descent, they all came to their senses. Their report states that they each scored an equal number of slaps and that they'd be happy to fly again together for round 2. I love it when we all get along. Should we try 4 crew members next time? Is that what you're going to ask me to do now? 4 crew members? Oh, land on Eve with a vessel. 10 Kerbals. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Is there any newer one here? We know about the Molehole one. We know about the Gilly one. Came from Lathe, yeah. I really should try to do this one the same time I try to get the science. But I don't think that's going to work. Like, my try to get that probe is most likely... I think it has a very high likeliness of resulting in a total loss of both vessels. So I don't want to send any Kerbals. And I'm pretty sure that the sample report and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure we need to have Kerbals for that. So I'm not going to send Kerbals on that mission. But, yeah. All right, so that's going to be our next mission. It's not going to be one of these. It's going to be that. We're going to go to Lathe and see if we can't get our probe. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.